Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Captain Shock here, and today I'm bringing you my final combat record in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So you can see the screen here, I'm level 777, and I decided on this level because I'm not gonna make a 1000, I'm not gonna grind the game out. You know, Infinite Warfare is coming soon, we gotta prepare for that. It's coming on Friday, I can't wait, and it's gonna be a treat, man. I can't seriously. I'm excited for it. So, first off, the barracks, and I have a 4.47 KD, a win loss of 6.55, and a score per minute of 406, and 21 days played with 15 hours and 28 minutes. And you can see I have the nuclear, master killer, the nuked out, fairly simple. Once you put your mind to it, not hard at all. And you know, the KD is nice. I really you know, I'm happy with this KD and the stats. I can easily hit a 5 KD as well, but I would have to take the game a little too seriously if I want to get a 5 KD, you know. And I don't want to. I just want to have some fun as well. So this is a nice balance for me. And when you're playing Call of Duty games, you want a nice balance. So you want to do your best. You want to try your best, and you want to get a really good KD, win loss, and stuff like that. But you don't want to push it way too high, otherwise you're not going to enjoy the game. So keep it at a nice, decent level that won't make you rage when you're playing and you can't hit that KD every single time. And a 4.47 KD is just perfect for me and my playstyle. So I have over 100,000 kills, over 4,000 wins, and my win loss would be a lot higher if the connection in this game was a little better, because most of my losses in this game have come from host migrations and people dashboarding and the game crashing. So a lot of crashing happening, a lot of host migrations and never reconnecting, you know, the lobby crashes, stuff like that, and then even my connection dropping out in the rare times as well. So the win loss could be better, but I'm happy with it at the moment for, you know, under the circumstances how the game crashes so much. And I play mostly solo or with one or two friends that I've been gaming with for years now. So, you know, that's how it works. The score per minute is, I'm satisfied with that as well for TDM. 406 score per minute. And that's primarily due to TDM. If I played a better, like a faster paced game mode with better points, better scores that you can attain in a shorter period, like say domination and hardpoint, the score per minute would have increased by quite a bit. But you know, score point is relative to what game mode you play, so don't look at too much. And you know, the win loss and the KD, you have to look at all three things combined. So if you're judging a player and you're checking the lobby leaderboards, you want to figure out how the type of player the guy is. Look at all three things. Don't just look at one thing, because you can have a high KD but very low win loss, a negative win loss, which means he's a rage quitter and he quits out quite quickly. And I've seen that happen quite a lot. I know some people use the excuse that, you know, they play solo, that's why they have such a very high KD, like a 4 KD, and they have a negative win loss. But if you're a 4 KD player, you should not have a negative win loss. It's simple as that, because you're killing 4 people before you die, and you know, you should have a good lead. And as a 4 KD player, you should be dominating, so you should have a minimum of a positive KD, minimum. There's no excuse for that. But if you have a 2 KD or under, I can kind of understand if you play solo most of the time, all of the time, you know. But try and get a positive win loss as well, because that's important. But if the person has like a very high win loss and a decent KD and a low score per minute, you can tell he plays with a group all the time, you know, a 6-man party constantly. That to me is boring. I don't like playing in 6-man parties constantly because it's too easy. There's no challenge, and your stats don't really reflect your skill. If you have people feeding you haters and UAVs constantly, and that's the truth about stats. And if he has like a very high score per minute, his win loss is not that great. His KD is average. You can tell he rushes a lot. The person rushes a lot, but you know, you can easily kill rushers. You can easily manipulate them doing that and going for objectives and get a lot of score off them. So it's very detrimental if you rush a lot but you don't know what you're doing. So you know, it's a nice balance. Everything works well in harmony together. So when you're looking at another player's stats, just don't look at one thing. Look at all three things, and that's very important. and especially for the new cards as well. And also, one more important thing, each card you will have a different stat. Don't expect, say, you're a 4 KD player, for example, in one game to go across to another game and get a 4 KD as well to another card. It doesn't work like that from my experience. So what happens is some games you have more fun. Some games you don't really take it as seriously as others. Each game is different. So have a KD that you're happy with. So if I have like a 3.2 KD, I would be personally happy with that. In any Call of Duty, a 3.2 KD. And like a 2 win-loss and above. And a decent score per minute. So that's my minimum KD I would like to hit. Anything above that is good for me. And you should have that as well. Like have a minimum KD. And anything above that is good. So you feel good when you surpass it sometimes. So that's very good advice and very important as well. So the weapons, you can see the Kuda. 44,000 kills. 3.68 KD with it. 25% accuracy. VMP. 13,000 kills with it. And you can see I favor the Kuda a lot more than the VMP. The KN44, the Melt Machine. 4,000 kills with it, 3.71 KD. Man, was such a reliable gun, such a consistent gun. Love this gun. HVK, very decent as well. The Vespa, used to rock that a lot when they didn't nerf it to hell. When the Vespa was extremely OP at the start, I used to use that gun. The M8, 28% accuracy, 407 headshots, 3.32 KD, quite decent, and the Weevil. And you can see the rest down here. What, I have a 3.7 KD with a Brechi? Damn. ICR, Razorback. So you can see, I have good stats with most of the weapons. And that's how it goes. Once you follow the procedures, the weapons don't really matter too much. And let's have a look. The specialist. Combat focus for the win. I love the combat focus for getting your streaks. In this game, I prefer getting my streaks rather than nuclears. Because if you get a nuclear, it doesn't matter. What do you get a medal for that? It doesn't make a huge difference to the game. You just get a medal, and simple as that. So I'd rather get my streaks and absolutely tear up the lobby. But if there was a Moab in this game, or a game ending like nuke, then of course I would be aiming for that the most. Because I love, getting those Moabs and stuff like that. But it doesn't in this game, unfortunately. And hopefully in the next game it has one. And you don't need like a special attachment that's very difficult to get for a weapon. Hopefully it's very easy, to get that special attachment for that weapon to get on your nuke streak in Infinite Warfare. So let's see, the beta is coming out on Friday. So second one is the War Machine. Very easy to use. I call it the noob machine at times because it's so easy to use. You just, predict and it's elevated a bit, fire it off and hit some enemies, blow them up. Very fun to use. So easy but fun to use. And the Tempest. I love giving him the shock therapy here. And what kind of suit I'm wearing here? What the hell? Alright, you never saw that. Purifier. Again, extremely good. Extremely good. But I prefer the combat focus just because, I rather rely on my individual gun and gun skill rather than, flamethrower. But I love burning up the enemies and in particular snipers. Just kidding, snipers, don't hate me. And the hives, oh yeah, you can really destroy with the hives as long as you place it correctly in their spawns. And the parts of movement, they will likely to move. Connected ammo, I don't really use it in public matches, but in competitive I do. And the same with active camo as well. And I need to use this guy more. He's very good with his machine gun. Gravity spikes alright, it's a panic move from the noobs to use that, so don't really use it. And Psychosis, extremely good, man. Seriously, so underrated. And let's see the streaks now. Scorestreaks. UAV. So that's the UAV. The Wraith. I love the Wraith. Seriously, it's so good. It's so underrated as well. I know it gets shot down quite a lot, but in my personal experience, it's worth it. It definitely is worth it for the amount of score to get it. And a lot of the times it gives you some nice feeds as well. Counter UAV, very useful against, good players because you can disrupt their awareness for a temporarily short period of time and hopefully capitalize on it. Wraps, I love the wraps as well. You guys know this. Love dropping those iron balls on enemies. And a hater, I don't really use the hater much in this game because you know you can you can destroy it quite easily with the enemy team, and I prefer the hater in previous cards like the Orbital VSAT and the Blackbird, you know, much better in my opinion. The Hardened Sentry, good in this game, very underrated again. The Mothership, yeah, I mean, people seem to hate on the streak for some reason, but I absolutely destroy with it. But I think it needs a little more extra health, like one rocket more, and in boosted health. I think it would be excellent. But right now it's quite decent, but sometimes it gets shut down quite quickly, so I can understand the complaints of some people. Cerberus, oh man, this is very underrated as well. I mean, if you actually control this, manually control it, especially on Nuketown, like I've taught you guys to do on Nuketown, it is so powerful on Nuketown, man. It destroys the enemies. There's no chance. Hellstorm, good for domination. Lightning Strike, very disappointing in this game. It was absolutely one of my favorites in Black Ops 2, but in this game it's not that great. And Talon again, I mean it's good in hardcore, but nothing core. The GI unit, a waste of time in my opinion. The amount of score it takes to get it, and then it really doesn't give you that many kills. Rolling Thunder, alright, very annoying to use, and it annoys your team as well, so I tend to stay away from it. That is fun to use, and yeah, it's decent. RCXC, I need to use it a bit more. Guardian, and you get the rest. So these are the 10 most essential classes in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, in my opinion. And if you follow these 10 class setups here, it will cover you for 99% of the scenarios you will encounter. And all of these are battle tested, tried and truly tested. So the first one is a Shrieker class. As you know, I've covered this before. Stand-up setup with extended mags and suppressor with a Kudo and overclock 6 cents. And you know the rest. And with combat focus, pairing this setup with combat focus, it will get you your high streaks as long as you follow the procedures that I teach. And in this class setup, this is the most powerful class setup in Black Ops 3 for public matches, TDM in my opinion. Now the ninja one is almost as powerful, but it's situational. You know, sometimes when you're playing solo, you encounter enemies who spam UAVs because your teammates are doing quite bad. And this is for those scenarios. So the only difference is you have on Ghost here. So this is the anti-camper class. This is for the anti-trap. You know, those people who are using shock charges, trip mines, sitting in corners. This class setup is for them. It's for beating them. It's for countering them. So I'm using hardwired on this class, and it will allow you to bypass the trip mines without activating it, and it allows you to flank the campers and absolutely destroy them. The next one is a fire with fire classes, simple brecci class. So if the enemy team are using shotguns, constantly abusing it, pull this out as well and blast them in the face, let them feel it as well. And I have extended marks and rapid fire on the brecci. I'm using flak jacket on the perk 1 class as well with the 6 cents. So sometimes with the brecci you're rushing a lot and you can encounter grenades, so this will protect you against those grenades. The protected class, extremely important. You know those enemies who always abuse the stun grenades and throw grenades as well. And it absolutely can stop you, can halt you in your footsteps. So what this allows you to counter them, and they will get shocked when you're absolutely countering their grenades, their flashbangs as well. And you can see I'm using flak jacket and tactical mask. So in tactical mask in place of awareness, I'm using flak jacket as well in paired with 6 cents. Range warfare. The Mana 4 very consistent assault rifle, never lets you down as long as you're accurate. And I'm using a bore sight with a grip, stock and quick draw. Now I know there are more powerful class setups for the Mana 4, like say with high caliber, long barrel, etc, rapid fire. But this right here will make your Mana 4 consistent, and that's what you want. The gun is already really top tier, and with this setup, you know, it allows you to keep a consistent performance with this weapon. And that's what you want with this essential class setup here. And you have the shock charge because you're not moving as much with the Mana 4 compared to a submachine gun. So sometimes you want to cover your flank and you throw this on the flank. So if they're flanking you, they're trying to surprise you, they will get shocked up hopefully. And you blast them, you turn around and blast them. And you also have 6 cents to protect you as well and awareness. So very powerful setup there. One is for nuclears. If you want to go on nuclear, so you use Scavenger on your perk 2 with fast hands. I use fast hands on all of my classes. Fast hands is a must. So Scavenger, so you won't have to, worry about your gun run out of bullets and stuff like that. But I also do recommend picking up a secondary weapon off the floor, like a primary weapon from the enemies off the floor. And only when it's safe when doing so. But if you're already a very skilled player, you're comfortable with your skill, then take out a Dead Silence and put on a Trip Mine. The Scavenger will replenish the Trip Mine constantly. So you will have unlimited Trip Mines, essentially, and sometimes you will encounter aggressive enemies who see you on a nuclear streak, and they will come after you aggressively. So you just put a Trip Mine down and let the Trip Mine, blow up in the enemy team's face. So it's a nice surprise for them. The next one is a Streak class with a VMP. So I'm using Quick Draw, Extended Mags, and Grip on the VMP. And you need to have a VMP set up in your class loadout. So use this one. It's the best in my opinion for public matches. This setup right here for the VMP, that is the best. It won't let you down. The next one is the Lucky Enemy one. So we're solo players, so sometimes when you join a game in progress, this game, Black Ops 3, puts you into losing games quite a lot. It happens to all of us, a lot of times. And what this here is, it will protect you, if the enemy has wraps already. If you join a game in progress with wraps and helicopters up by the enemies, you got Blind Eye, Ghost, Fast Dance, Cold Blooded, and Dead Silence. So you'll be silent and you will not be visible to their streaks. And you can kill them off their streaks as well. Absolutely powerful. Highly recommended. Definitely. And the OK Bringer class. Now, this is not the elite M8 class setup that I spoke about before, but this is just for breaking out the spawn. This is not a pub stomping class right here. I would not use this to get streaks and stuff. This is just to destroy the enemies off their streaks, pick off the head glitchers, and counter, the MLG tryhards. Now, I'm a tryhard myself, but I don't stay at the back of the map with behind the head glitch and an M8. I'm just picking off people. I don't play like that. So this is for those type of players to counter them. And I have the Elo sight, long barrel, high cal, and EMP. EMP will screw them up. They will take them off their specialist abilities and stuff like that. And the standard perk setup. Now these 10 are essential, so highly recommended. You make it as well. You try it out, and it will cover you. So I gotta quickly mention this class. I've been using this class quite a lot lately, and it's a CUDA with grip, extended mags, and fast mags, and absolutely beasting with this setup at the moment. When the lag is bad, I take out the suppressor and I use this class setup. Also, this one is quite powerful as well. So this one is with rapid fire and fast mags, and I have Scavenger on here as well. Very good. It works for me. Definitely recommend trying it out. Also, this one here is with VMP, extended mags, grip, and rapid fire. Now, this may seem like overkill, but I'm telling you, rapid fire makes a difference on the VMP, especially in close range encounters. It absolutely melts. Trust me on this. You would want to use it sometimes for fun. Absolutely melt the enemies. Now, the final one is the CUDA with same extended mag silencer, but I put anti up. So sometimes you die like one of your streaks, and it happens quite a lot to you. So when that happens, and it happens on a day, put this on. Use this class setup and you will stop dying one off your streak. Simple as that. Some honorable mentions here. Or this M8 class just absolutely destroys as well. It's the elite setup for it. And this KN class as well, with high cal, fast mags, and the shock charge and the elo side.